we do have some followers of young kids here. And so that's what I want to talk about, right? I was in Buffalo. We was talking about music. My niece hopped in. She was like, "Oh, you listen to that new Ariana Grande?" She's 11, about to turn 12. She's like, "You listen to that new Ariana Grande?" I was like, "No, I was listening to new Ariana Grande." It's like, "Oh, it's so good. It's coming out. It's coming out Friday." I was like, "Know what? I'm gonna be a good uncle. I'm gonna listen to it because then me, her, then we can talk about it. Right? No, something we can talk about. Listen." The second song, I think, was called 35 plus 34. You add those numbers together and you let me know what you think. Bro, this whole album was all about sex. The album was called Positions. I didn't even pay attention. Now I no way I'm talking to my niece about this album. What do I even do now? Like I know my niece listened to it. She said she loved it. She likes to listen to it all the time. I don't know what to do. Should I even tell my sister? I texted my sister like, "Yo, you listen to the Ariana Grande album?" She was like, "No, but I hear all about it." I don't know what to do, y'all boys.
No, the issue is the position we're in right now, which is this pandemic, COVID-19. It is ridiculous, and it's really like the kids don't got nothing to do. Like, most of them not going to school. This virtual learning is pretty much going downhill for a lot of people. Like, I know some kids that parents don't even let their child log on to school because half the time the computer don't work or the connection is bad. It's honest to God truth.
They shouldn't.
And they just sit in the house. They just sit in the house and they be on YouTube all day.
Let me say that they should not do that. Like whoever those parents are, you should probably stop doing that and try to figure out how to get your kid online for school. You should probably be a parent and do that.
They get on YouTube, but they can't get on school?
That's ridiculous.
Because the internet didn't work. But one, Mills, you're bugging because when I was 12, 13,
I was listening to that. Yeah.
I was on LimeWire. I had all the music in the world. So and I went to school.
She loved her. She loved her anyway. She can listen to her.
Napster. I was doing Napster.
But I don't. Maybe I don't really listen to music that much. But I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
The type of music back then wasn't.
Yes, it was. I'm not gonna give you that. Like we were all.
G-Unit, many.
We were all exposed.
I listen to Wayne all the time.
Yeah, we were all exposed to like a lot of things that we probably should not have been exposed to.
On my knob,
but
corn on the car.
Mike is wilding. But Mike gotta relax. But
I remember I was in the car with my dad. I was singing that Ludacris song, "We in the red light district," and I was just saying it. He was like, "Yo, shut up! You know what you're saying, dude?" I was like, "No,
but
in the red light district, I ain't know what you know what I mean. I ain't know what that mean. I ain't know it's prostitution and all that stuff. Yeah. I was just singing it at like 12. He said, "Shut up! Don't say that again." I was like, "Oh, my bad."
But that's parenting, and I will say this, like my especially my mother, like we could not watch those things or listen to those things with her there, right? So that's where parenting does come into play. Because even now, even at the young age, like as far as me and Rad, like there's a lot of things on YouTube that we have to censor. Rad talked about it a few pods ago, maybe a couple of months ago, but because YouTube is a rabbit hole, right? It's a legit rabbit hole, and you never know what you can find. And even like just certain things, and even now like they show us these things about SpongeBob, like he was I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like all these things come out. But at the same time, I think that's where parenting comes into play more than ever now. That even if they are and if they see these things, you have to be there and tell them what's right and what's wrong. Because, and I don't want to get the show canceled but even now today, like there are so many things that they're putting in television shows. Right? It seems like it's a mandate that certain things have to be in there. Right, and I'm trying to be. I don't want to go. I don't want to get us canceled.
We know what you're saying.
I don't. But certain things have to be in there, and I'm gonna be honest. And I was just talking about this at work. I had a conversation about it. Like we have to be very, 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 very careful of what's being shown. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even like to your niece, even though she is 11, like that's a lot. Because 11 is right around that time, 11, 12, 13, like she's about to enter into that adolescent age. You have to be very, very careful. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I think it would be wise on... You say her parents do know, Mike?
Well, I text her. I'm like, I don't think they listen to her.
I'm sure they don't.
Like Ariana Grande, she was...
I thought that she was okay. Yeah.
Nickelodeon, yeah. So it's like, oh, he listen to her. Yo,
I loved her.
She,
I love
she
Kat.
stepped it up. Yo,
I
she
love
stepped it up. She went on her Janet Jackson bag or something.
But she was did she have a song with 2 Chainz?
Yeah, she got a couple songs with. She went. It's a straight R&B album. She's supposed to be pop, but it's an R&B album. But the issue is a nuance compared to our parents, and the issue is that everything is in the palm of their hand, like tablets, iPhones, iPods, all that stuff is so you can try to censor it, but we used to have to wait. You know, AOL when internet came out, we had to like. They knew we was on the internet. Yeah, they knew we was on the internet. It was no way. It was no way we could sneak on the internet. You knew. You know what I mean? But now it's like internet is everywhere. Wi-Fi is everywhere. They sneak your phone. They got their own iPod, their own tablet. So it's a total more. As the access is, it's not even comparable. The access
even if you tell them to go outside, they got the internet outside with them.
Bro, it's not comparable.
Another thing is, I'm not trying to knock anybody with their parenting methods and stuff like that because I don't got no kids. But a lot of these parents kind of do it to themselves. Because they listen to this music with their child and they forget that they parents sometimes and they more so become friends, if that makes sense. Like you got like the music that the kids are listening to now, if you look on social media and stuff like that, you got like a baby that's like 2, 3, 4 years old. And you got them reciting, these songs to get views, you know what I mean? To go viral. Like, and that stuff gets embedded in the child, and when they grow up, they're gonna keep that same flow.
Mills, you are like being super specific right now, and I think you may.
Bro, when I listen, my mom
walk that line.
I don't know what you guys say.
My mom, only thing my mom played was AM 1400 and freaking.
For those of you who don't know, that's Solid Gold Soul.
Preach. I only say that because it sounded like he's speaking on one of our friends.
I don't know what friend he's speaking about. Who is he talking about?
Okay, all right.
Who do that?
I was saying in general.
Who do that with their child? I know. Never mind. Bill's wild.
No, I swear. No, I'm really.
But listen on that.
Nah,
but even
say that.
Even if that's the case. But even if it's the case, music alone is not gonna make your kid be some wild out
here. Wait. Let's pause.
Yeah.
This is not an indictment on my sister and her parenting.
No, you're right.
What should I do?
You're right, Mike.
I know she listened to it.
You're right.
What do I do?
I think
tell her to get the censored version. I mean,
I think you should probably tell her to get the censored version, but
she gonna listen to it regardless.
True. I think telling her parents is what you should do, and no. And also what you should do is you should have a conversation about the album. What did you get out of the album? Did you like it? And if it goes left, but the problem is you have to be mature enough to and able enough to have a conversation, or mature enough to say you need to talk to your mother about this. Like because maybe that's not the conversation you need to have with your 11-year-old niece, and maybe that is a mother or a father conversation. Or a grandmother, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think that's a way to get in. What did you get out of this album?
I like that.
And if she says I got different positions, something needs to happen, Mike. Something needs to happen.
But I might be a new age parent and all that type of stuff. But I mean, introducing those conversations early on, because man, when we know some. No, listen to me. We dealt with some females that wasn't talked about. You know what I mean? Like we dealt with women that we in high school.
What are you saying, Rad?
Clearly didn't have that conversation with their parents about that.
What are you saying?
We dealt with females.
No.
What I'm saying is that conversation needs to be had earlier.
That's what you need to do. You need to speak for yourself.
I dealt with females that had that conversation with we did. They didn't have that conversation with their dad or their mom or whoever. And y'all know that.
No.
I think introducing that conversation is maybe a benefit, because the opposite I think could be worse.
I'll say this, and we can move on. Parenting is not easy. Like let's get it out the way.
Yeah,
right?
It's nuanced.
It is very nuanced. And one of the old adages, what they say is, it takes a village to raise a child, and it's just not the parents. And also, so it is Uncle Mike, right? It is Uncle Mike being able to step in this situation, because maybe she cannot, and she's not as comfortable having this conversation with her parents about an Ariana Grande album about positions. But maybe she can talk to Mike, her uncle, about it, and maybe you can, and maybe that's a way for even like you to say, Ange, you know what I'm saying? Can you help me navigate this situation, right? With my 11-year-old niece. You was 11. You know what I'm saying? You you had a child as a girl. I'm just saying that is a way to kind of bring that together, and it gives you some parenting experience, right? Some experience in that.
Or just get her the Kids Bop version. You know what I mean? That works.
Well, I would say it's 100% that she has no idea what any of that stuff means.
Yeah,
Even when I'm listening to it, it's like I'm hearing stuff, but I'm not really paying attention. I'm like, hey, what's going? Like this sounds a little like it's stuff I'm catching up. Yeah. And then once I looked at the song name, I was like, but like 35 plus 34, like you're not really. If it was 69, she probably don't know. You know what I'm saying? So,
what was that line?
Not yet.
What was that Drake line?
By the way, Mike's sister watched the show, so
the square root of 69 is 8
now.
something.
Anyway.
Yeah, well,
What did he say?
All right, so I